the tune. There is in the world a guitar that plays in the mind of artists. It doesn't play for everyone, this singular guitar, but only for those who know how to make it play. Oh, you children who are living now, don't forget to learn to use it. Because in today's world, it doesn't play unless in a group, but you are alone. Make it play, sometimes in the lovely meadows of our beautiful spring. And if nature won't listen to you, don't worry so much. Just raise the live sound of the guitar that pulsates in the heart of poets. Do you see it? Everyone knows, everyone does, everyone listens and looks, everyone speaks and acts. This is the story of every day. But everything ends, and then all is repeated in other places at other times. Seeing this path closely is something truly interesting. Do you see it? To the closed-in muse. I've asked the stars tonight to extend their smile upon me. They've looked at me gently and then said no. What do I want to do with the stars? What can they give me? I feel in me a spent fire that in vain searches for a match to again set alight my joy, those thoughts of love. But it is better to remain alone tonight, to think of my sweet lovers of bygone days, when I blindly paid the fire that the wind kept on stoking. Oh, my dear muse, you have for a long time been closed in. Come out into the open to again revive the spirit of the flowers. To whoever feels like a poet, search in your soul those beautiful live emotions that go past the rhyme or the numbering of syllables. Don't be intimidated by those who would like to, but unfortunately can't. They suffer that others feel. Don't be trampled upon by who doesn't know or who can't do, by the one that auto-elects himself a critic of beautiful poetry. This is the one that rejected her, that recognises only the classics, because he doesn't want to appreciate those who live in the present. And then when there is a little success, when your doing takes shape, he comments, analyses, he wiggles himself in magazines, he tries to teach those who really know. And from afar you can give him your smile, because you are the poet, the real creator, because you accompany your life with your close and loved poetry. Things to remember when waging war. Try not to kill too many Belgians. Never attack through the same forest twice. Always be inventive when naming secret weapons, and do not put a fat man in charge of an air force. Gas should be used only in chambers. Having a big gun is not a sign of fertility. If you spend a lot of money, you must use the weapon it paid for. No matter what day it is, it will not be over by Christmas. Johnny will always come marching home on crutches. And you can only speak softly if you're the one carrying the tank division. You can't dance here. This is the American South. You can't dance here. You can sell a little moonshine, but you can't dance here. You can discreetly smoke a joint, but you can't dance here. You can run a quiet brothel, but you can't dance here. You can cheat on your taxes, but you can't dance here. You can buy your way into public office, but you can't dance here. You can own 100 guns, but you can't dance here. You can wear a white sheet and burn a flaming cross, but you can't dance here.
Well done. That's it.
Thank you, David. That was fantastic because you did the first reading from Poetry, My Friend, and then you've decided to give us your own poems, and I admire you for knowing them off by heart. Well done. Now, today's the 12th of February 2010, and we've decided here at Teatro Padula to hold an open mic evening, and every Friday from 6 to 7 we're going to be here and read poetry, welcome artists, welcome poets, welcome musicians. In fact, anyone who wants to do something can, provided that they tell me beforehand. You can't just walk from outside and just get to the mic, because the mic is only available, can only be made available to you if we open it to you. But it is an open mic, so therefore this evening is very special. Also because just outside we have a coffee shop with lots of tables outside. There's a lovely piazza, and there are some musicians there preparing to play their tunes from 7 o'clock onwards. And after this, you'll be able to have a pizza and a glass of wine outside. So it can be a very, very nice evening here in the piazza in front of the INSEGNA building. So what do we want to do with poetry? Well, poetry has been my friend for a very long time. In fact, I'm up to volume 2 now. And because on Sunday is St. Valentine's, what else can we speak about but love? So love is the first chapter of 3 chapters in Poetry, My Friend, Volume 2. And what is love? So here we go. Love. Love is what moves humanity and the cosmos. If it were not for this intense emotion, there could not even be life itself. Love is therefore one of the most important pillars of life. Love needs to be part of every type of human activity if we want harmony between ourselves. It is when love is absent that things go wrong, because then that element of care which we have for ourselves and others becomes lost in the mire of our existence. To get out of such a situation, all we need, once again, is love. There are many types of love. We can live one or more of these forms of love at any time. One of the basic elements of this emotion, however, is that it is fleeting. We can lose it at any time. What do we do then? Where do we go looking for it? Well, I don't know the answers. What I do know is that manifestations of love are present around us at all times. The first poem in this chapter, Love, is an attempt of defining what love is, where and when we can find it, or better still, when does it find us. My Friend's Smile was written when a friend of mine went to Italy for a year to improve his Italian. There he met someone very special. He used to mention her name often, as he could not live without her. His love for this young woman was particularly intense during the first few months of his return to Australia. There are so many more poems about love. Indeed, this first chapter is dedicated to love. It is one of the recurrent themes of my poetry. I finish off the chapter with a song, Long Live Love, Hooray!